Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. Remember the old saying, it is what it is? You know, that's probably one of the best things you can use to get yourself out of jam. Because if you're ever in a jam, if you're ever feeling really crap, it's probably because you're seeing something worse than what it is. And the longer you look at it that way, the worse you end up feeling. And that's what I do. What I do is get people to see things for the truth, right? And in that moment, as I say, you're seeing things different for what they are. If they pick up, for instance, I don't know, there's a medal, right? Okay, medal, marathon, and that's a book, okay? So if I was trying to make that medal a book, or the other way about, say I was trying to read that medal, right? I'd get quite frustrated, I'd get quite bored, you know, spending all my time trying to read a medal, because it's not a book, right? So basically I'm trying to make something else. And this is what we do, like maybe in relationships, maybe in stuff that's going on in our life. We don't see it for what it is, we try and make it something that it's not. So of course that's going to cause frustration and anger and annoyance, because you're not seeing it for what it is, you're not seeing it for the truth. And you know, I've mentioned this before, it's like the thing that's happened is you had an expectation of something should be the way it is. So you've created a fantasy in your head that this should be this way. And then when that expectation gets broken, you feel upset. And the only way you're ever going to feel better again is if you actually look at it for what it is, for exactly what it is. You don't look at it for what it's not. Because if you look at something for what it's not, you start to feel overwhelmed, you start to feel doubtful, you start to feel worried, angry. You know, if I kept trying to read this, after a while I'm going to get really, really pissed off with myself, pissed off with what I'm doing. And the reason is, it's because it's not a book. And a lot of time, say for instance, you're going through maybe a relationship breakup and somebody's done something, and you're looking at that and you're trying to see it for something else rather than seeing it for the truth, seeing it for what it is. As soon as you see it for what it is, then you feel better, and you know, you might be hurt, you might be in a bit of pain, you might be in a bit of sadness, but at least you're not looking at something and fictitiously trying to make it something else. You're not trying to change it into something that's not. And you know, even somebody on the other end of that, they don't want to be perceived as something that they're not. So the big thing for me, and you know, I've been working with a lot of people on this for the last couple of days, it's like when you're not feeling good, it's because you're looking at something and you're trying to make it something else. And we can handle so many things in life if we would just see them for what they are. And you know, so the first step for me is, don't see it worse than what it is, see it for what it is, see it for the truth. Don't make it different, and don't even, at that time you can't see it better. You've got to see it first for what it is. You've got to see it for the truth. Then you've got to start seeing how you want it to be, as in how you want the resolve to be, how you want the next stage to be, and then after that you've got to make it that way. You've got to make it the way you're now seeing it. But most of the time when people are in a real jam, it's because they're actually looking at something and hoping it was something else rather than seeing it for the truth. But anyway, listen, that was just a wee clip on seeing things for as they are. You know, hope you enjoy your Wednesday. Catch up soon. Bye bye.